highlights. Well, as you saw earlier in the year, Jake and I went to Japan to visit Tokyo and visit your cool rugby team. Tonight we're here at Melbourne Rebels game, and as they're sponsored by Yakult as well, and just thought we'd come down and me and Gussie just check out a Melbourne Rebels game and see what they do behind the scenes. Yeah, we're here hopefully watching the Rebels have a good win. I think it's their last home game for the year, and we're just going to go off and meet a couple of the players now.
First thoughts, rectangular field versus...
Yeah, it's a bit smaller.
Mate, it's what?
Just feels like, yeah.
Mate, you could tag up hard on this field.
Yeah, it's actually not bad.
There's space for me to run.
How's the lead-up been this week?
Mixed, to be honest. What the Reds are very good at is chopping legs and then somebody having a go, whether they're attacking the ball or attacking the space or attacking the man. They're tenacious around there. It's a real strength for the Reds play. If we start playing one-off runners into set defence against the Reds, we'll be going backwards.
Yeah, here at the Rebels, they talk to members before the game, and the coach actually goes through the whole game plan of what they're going to do that night, and if the game plan doesn't work, what they're going to do. And it's a bit weird. I don't think Hurdy would sort of maybe want to do that before a game, but yeah, it's a bit different. But in rugby, they do it. His last game, isn't it? Yeah.
His last game. 35 years old, 80 tests for Australia. Yeah. 140 odd super caps. Yeah. He's a big legend.
Mate, they're really nice, really down-to-earth, good blokes. Well, the silliest thing was when Angus asked me, he goes, what's that jumpy line-out thingy that they've got when they just, you know, eject the player in the air and the ball comes to them? He said, what is that?
All right, cheers. Thank you for that. Thanks, mate. Thanks. Yeah, it was a great experience down here. Met a few of the boys and just get a bit of insight into what they do behind the scenes. So it was a good night.
Jobe Watson is our studio guest, and Jobe, we met Joe Danaher, a potential father-son recruit, last week on the Hangar, and then we got to see him in action in the Under-18s Championships. He's pretty impressive.
Yeah, he was, and Joe's been training at the club for sort of 18 months now, so they sort of brought him along really slowly. He had quite a serious hamstring injury a couple of years ago, but you know, all the guys were very keen to see how he performed last week, and I think you can see by some of these marks that the way he sort of leaps for the ball and his timing, he reads it really well for such a big guy, and he's got a real natural sort of football brain, and he happens to be 202, 203 centimetres. So
you look excited to be having him as your teammate. Do you give him any advice on what to do as a father-son? Because you took a little while to find your feet following in Tim's footsteps. Yeah,
I think it's just you be your own person, and certainly when I came to the club, I found that there was no sort of internal pressure to be anything more than my own self, and you know, it can take a little while till you feel like you really stepped out of your father's footsteps. But you know, the way that Joe is trained and the kind of person that he has been around the club already, I think he's going to be well adapted to coping with it.
Do you have vivid memories of your old man playing? We've got some pictures of him. Do you remember what he was like? And
only at the very later part of his years. I suppose I have seen, you know, I've watched the grand finals and things like that when he was probably a little bit younger and a little bit more explosive, and unfortunately didn't quite carry on through the genes, but you know, he was obviously a great player, and you know, I loved watching him play, and I still happily will watch, you know, his highlights, and he doesn't like talking about his career much, but I do.
He very famously wore the number 32. Did you consider taking on that jumper when you came to the club?
I wore it as a junior for my school team at Xavier, but once I sort of got to the club, you know, I thought it was a good idea to have my own identity, and part of that was having my own number.
Well, it's time now for our Home Truth viewer question this week, Jobe, and it is: you are at university. What do you want to do with your life after footy? And tell us what you do at uni.
Yeah, I've been studying principles of marketing in the first semester. I'm not sure if I'll take up a subject for the second semester. Things might be a bit busy around sort of the September and August months, so I'll have to sort of wait and see. But I think I'll do a fair bit of travelling once my football career finishes, and might even sort of set up in the US for a while, I think.
Okay, well, thank you very much to Dale. You win the $500 Outlet luggage prize pack. Well done. Well, Jobe, your housemate, Scott Gumbleton, is back again, and we would think he might be in contention to be selected this week. Do you have any influence on the match committee?
I've been baking some brownies and things for Hurdy, but no, look, I think he's played sort of 5 or 6 games now in the VFL. Obviously, having Hurls get injured on the weekend means that we're a little bit low with Stewart out as well. So I think he'll certainly come into contention, and it'd be great for him to get back into this team. And
Mark Bagley came off the rookie list today.
Yeah. So Bags is sort of a halfback flanker who we drafted as a mature age rookie from Frankston, and I'm not sure what the team's going to be, but normally a pretty good sign of a player getting promoted is that they're in line for selection that week. So.
It's a pretty tough month ahead too, because Geelong, Hawthorn and Adelaide all coming up after this weekend against Port. Yeah,
I think that you look at the ladder and it's very even, and there's a lot of teams sort of within 1 or 2 games of each other, and a lot of those teams play each other before the season's out, so we'll certainly have a good idea about where we are at by the end of the season.
Well, thanks for coming in, Jobe, and good luck against the Power on the weekend.
No problem. Thank you for having me.
So, you know, you do your bit on the field, obviously, and I do my bit. Jobe, look at this, mate. Look at this. We'll have more likes on Facebook, mate. More likes than Collingwood. Don't you worry about that.
We would like to make Essendon the most liked club in the game.
What are you doing, Corey?
Skip told me to work the phones.
Is that right?
Yeah.
Is that what he said? Skip? Skip?
The first game at Colonial Stadium, well, it's some time ago now. You know, it was still a night to remember, that's for sure.
Johnson strolls in and kicks on another one.